Hello everyone, welcome back to Kat's Tiny Kitchen. I'm so glad you all came to visit me today. Today's recipe, we're going to make a skillet hamburger pie. And generally I would do it just in this pan, but this time around I think I'm going to bake it. And I got a jump start on the recipe and I already have my ground beef all ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and add what is that, 2/3 of a cup of onions and get that sauteed. We're not going to do a hard saute because I'm going to add some liquid to this. And my skillet hamburger pie has green beans in it, and we have plenty of them in the garden. So next on the menu, I'm going to add 2 cups of fresh green beans cut. Got a straggler over there. You hear a bubbling noise. I got my potatoes getting ready to cook on the back of the burner. They're starting to boil. Gotta keep an eye on those. And Mike likes his stuff spicy, and I don't like as much spice, so I have 1 seeded jalapeno pepper. I'm going to add that in there. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to add, this is 3/4 of a cup of mushrooms that I threw in the processor. And if you're wondering why they look funky when you see them, it's because I freeze my mushrooms. I got tired of throwing away mushrooms every time I went to the store, and they're getting expensive. So I buy them now, I slice them, and I throw them in my freezer. So we're going to add that. Get out of there, you little bad boys. And let that saute just a teeny weeny bit. So the next in line, I'm going to add a teaspoon of oregano. Then I've got 2 teaspoons of my salt, pepper, garlic. Gotta have that good stuff. That's stirred in. There's a lot of stuff in this pan. It's going to be good. So then we're going to add, I have 3 cloves of crushed garlic, fresh garlic. And I have a tablespoon of Worcestershire. And I have 3 cups of beef stock. What we're going to do with this is I need to get those green beans cooked. Everything's going to be cooked before it goes into the oven. So I'm going to bring this to a boil and let it cook for about an hour. I'm going to turn once it comes to a boil, I'll turn it down to like medium low, and let it cook for about an hour. So we will see you in a short while, folks. Okay, we're getting ready to start the topping for our skillet hamburger pie. It's boiling away over here and getting nice and good and cooked. So I've got about 6 potatoes and 2 cloves of garlic that I boiled. And I'm going to get rid of that. No, I'm not. That's not bad. So we're going to start out with 3 tablespoons of butter, soft butter. I'm going to take my beaters and kind of bang that down in there. Turn it on and blend it. Sorry if it's a little noisy. Making a mess. Wouldn't be me if I wasn't making a mess in my own kitchen. Alright. Now I drain these. I don't put them back on the stove and dry them out. I'm not a chef. I'm doing it the way I was taught. And we want these to be stiff. So we're not going to add any cream to them yet. It depends on how things go here. So I'm adding 2 teaspoons of my salt, pepper, garlic. I'm going to add a half teaspoon of oregano. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder because we want these to be garlic mashed potatoes. And then I've got a quarter of a cup of sour cream that I'm going to add. Put that in there. Get that out of the way. And you want these to be stiff because they're going to sit on top of the gravy once we get to that point. And yes, these are going to be a little lumpy, and that's okay because that gives it character. And that's pretty much it, folks. They're very stiff, and they're going to be ready to go. We'll be back shortly. We've been cooking for an hour and a half because I wanted to make sure the beans were cooked. So now we're at our next step, and I have to get rid of my spoon and I have to get a whisk. So I've got 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to add that in because we need to thicken this now. It's thickening up nicely, and we're going to let it cook for a few minutes because I want to make sure that we don't have any pasty taste in here. So we'll be back to assemble everything and get this bad boy going in the oven. We got our gravy cooked. I let it go for about 20 minutes just to make sure that I get that flavor of the cornstarch cooked out. And I have my pan greased here. I apologize for the light. I got other burners hot and I can't put my camera anywhere else. So we got our gravy in here. Get this out of the way. And now we're going to add our taters to the top. These are still kind of warm, so hopefully it won't take that long, but you're just going to take spoonfuls full and just dollop them right on top of there. And this is, I love the tater part of it. And I probably have too many potatoes, but we'll make them all fit because that is what I do. There we go. Isn't that lovely? So, before I throw it in the oven, we are going to add some paprika for color. I've got some smoked paprika here, and we're just going to sprinkle it over the top to make it look fancy. There we go. And it's been so humid here lately, so there we go. So let me get this in the oven, and we'll be back after the product is done. We aren't done, folks. I forgot one thing. I gotta put cheese on top of this. So I got about a cup of cheese. I probably won't use it all. And that needs to just be all melty and ooey and gooey when it comes out. So now we will be back shortly. We are at the 30-minute mark, and I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to get it out of the oven, so hang on, you guys. Have to be very careful because the sucker's full. Stay under there. And there you go. That is skillet hamburger pie that I baked. This is in case some of you remember, some of you older folks. This is the first recipe I learned how to make when I was in high school in home ec. And it's morphed over the years like everything else. But it always tastes so good. So the only thing left we have to do now is let it cool down a little bit, plate it up, take a picture, and eat it up. And I cannot wait. Thank you all for coming along. I appreciate you, and we will see you on the next one.